So, before proceeding with the today's topic, let's have a quick summary of what we have discussed yesterday. So, in the beginning, we just understood like what is main method. Why
Yes,
main method looks like a public static void main,
wide main.
and why it takes string arguments only. Okay, what is the use of the string arguments and why it is public, why it is static, and why it is void. Okay, because it should be accessed from another packages from the Java library. That is the reason,
Yeah,
like we just make it as public so it can be accessible outside the package as well. That is the reason. And
yeah,
without the object, it should be get access. That is the reason we made it as a static. And
that,
void means we won't be using the return type anywhere. Okay, that is the reason the return type is void. Okay. Then
yeah,
after that, we understood main method overloading, right? And
yeah,
also we like analyzed main method overriding as well,
yes,
right?
yeah,
So there is no concept applicable for the static fields of overriding because that method overriding this concept is applicable with respect to objects, but static fields are not dependent on the object. They are dependent on the class. Whenever the class gets loaded, at the time of class loading itself, that respective method will get loaded. And whenever we create any object, it will share, that object will share that respective method. Okay,
yeah,
that is the reason for every class, if you are having static methods, then that respective method is only like it is called as method hiding basically. Okay, it is
yes,
not uh, overriding. Okay.
yeah,
After these, like we just started with constructors. Okay. Inside this constructors concept, like we understood what is the definition of a constructor, what is constructor, right?
yes,
So then after what is the use of the constructor, then what is default constructor, what is parameterless constructor, right? And
yes,
what is constructor overloading. Then after what is the use of super and this constructor calls parent class constructor call and current class constructor call. This
yes,
means
yes,
then after we understood this keyword as well, right?
yeah,
And apart from this, like what happens if you make a constructor as a private? Okay,
yes,
so if you want to not to create object of that respective class, or if you don't want to inherit make a subclass, okay, then you
yeah,
can make the constructor as a private.
private,
Okay. Yes,
yes,
this is. And like some good practices of our constructors are always utilize constructor to initialize the variables.
wait,
This is the one of the best practices. Okay, the purpose of constructor itself is initialize the variables.
wait,
Okay.
okay, yeah,
Next one is whenever if you want to add any constructor, I mean if you want to add any parameterized constructor, okay,
yeah,
always make sure you're also adding a parameterized constructor that is like default constructor, let's say.
yeah,
Okay, this is a good practice. Okay, you can ask Bharat why we need to add a default constructor as well whenever we are going with the parameterized constructor. Isn't it enough to create the object means? Yes, of
yeah,
course. If you at least if you have one constructor, then it is okay to create the object. We can call that constructor. But the point is here is, for example, let's say if I don't add, I'm having class A. Okay. And inside
yeah,
this class A, let's consider we are having int A and some int B, two variables are there, right? And
yes,
we have created one constructor which is taking A and B as a parameter, and inside that constructor, we just initialized this with respect to whatever the object I'm creating. With respect to that object, I'm accessing this A. Okay, I mean instance variable, and I'm assigning to the whatever the value I'm passing. Okay.
yes,
Then after
yeah,
again, this dot B equal to B, let's say. Fine. Now, in my some class B or some class C, let's take for instance, in my class C where I'm having main method, I'm accessing this AA, okay, equal to new A by passing this 1 comma 2, let's say. Then what happens? I can create the object A. Object A got created.
Yeah.
Fine till here. Next
Yes.
is I created one more class B, which is having some string C like this. Okay. And some
Yeah.
M1 method randomly. Now what happens? I extended this. Normally, for example, if we don't add any constructor, what happens in this class? We didn't add any constructor, correct? Even
Yeah.
though constructor is not added, I can create object like bb equal to new b, right?
New. Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Why this constructor b will be automatically created by the compiler for us?
Uh, Yeah.
Yes, sir. How it will
Yes.
create? It will create like b.
Be-
Then after the very first line is it will call the parent class constructor.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. This is the
Yes.
default constructor which will be added by the compiler. Now let's
Yeah.
say this class is not final. Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Or this class is not having a private constructor. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what I can do? I can write b extends a, right?
Yeah.
Extends a,
A.
right? Do I
Yes.
have any challenge here? Can you say any
No.
challenge? No, right?
No.
Nothing.
No.
But
Yeah.
if you write this, you'll get compilation error.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you see here, assuming there is no constructor added here by ourselves, okay,
Yeah.
this constructor was not added, let's say, then what happens? Compiler will add as the constructor to this class, correct? How it will add? It
Yes.
will add B, then after the very first line, it will call the parent class constructor. Now,
Yes.
before extending A, the parent class constructor, who is the parent for B class? It was
The
object,
object. Yeah.
object class. But this time what we done? Explicitly we are extending
Extend
to
A.
A, then object won't be the parent directly. Instead, A will be the
A
direct
will be
parent.
the.
Correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now when I mention super, which constructor it will call? It will call the
A.
A class
A.
parent, A class constructor. But tell
Yes.
me, in A class, do I have any parameterless constructor like this?
No.
No, right?
No. No.
Or does compiler will add any constructor, new
No.
constructor? No, right? Why?
Yes.
The rule is at least if you are having one constructor, then compiler is not going to add any other constructor.
Any
Instead,
constructor.
it can do some modifications. What are the modifications? In this also, the very first line should be either like current class constructor call or parent class constructor call. So our compiler will add as it will add only super keyword to that
Super.
constructor after compiling. Apart from this, it won't do anything. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, but in the current class, I mean, in the subclass, definitely it will call the parent class constructor, but the parent class constructor does not have any parameterless
The-
constructor. Understood?
Yes.
That is the reason
Yes.
what happens. We get the compilation error.
Compilation error.
Okay. So to avoid this issue, as a good practice, I mentioned you right. Whenever you are adding any parameterized constructor, okay, just keep in mind you should also add a default constructor
Yes.
or parameterless constructor for sure.
Yes.
Okay, I mean it's not mandatory, but it's a good practice to avoid these kind of
Yeah.
situations. Okay,
Yes.
and if you
Yes.
open any Java library, okay, any of the classes, definitely, okay, there will be many constructors as I said, you like constructor overloading. Okay,
Yeah.
but default constructor will be also there for sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with this, like we are done with the constructors. Okay, and the main important one question I can expect from the this constructor concept is what is super? Okay, what is this? What is simple super? Okay, I mean only super keyword. And what is this
Yeah.
keyword? What is the difference
Okay.
between super and this? They can ask. Okay, or what is the difference between super and super? Okay,
Yeah.
super constructor and super method here. Sorry, super keyword and super constructor basically.
Constructor. Yeah.
And this is current class constructor and this is current object.
Yes.
Okay, like you can generate some combinations. So ultimately we can create around to force something like 8 questions we can generate here itself. Okay, combinations like versus super, super versus this versus super, super versus this like that. Okay, if you remember
Yes.
this and if you can answer this, then you are good with the constructors. Okay, you can
Okay.
expect some questions. Okay, and
Yes.
do you have any question between what is the use of super keyword and what is the use of this keyword?
No.
Sh- Sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like this, like theoretically, right now, I don't have any questions. Maybe when I try, if I get, I'll ask them.
okay. So
Yeah.
this keyword can be used to access the respective class variables. Okay.
Yes.
Super keyword is used to access, for example, if you are having any inheritance like A and B. Okay. And for A and
Yeah.
B, we are having a relationship. If you want to access parent class variables, then you can use the super dot A.
Super.
I mean, in
Yes.
this, I am having int A, let's say, I can access like
Yeah.
super dot
Super
A.
dot eight.
Okay. In the
Yes.
instance area. Only
Yeah.
in the instance area. Remember this also.
Yes.
Okay, super and
Yes.
these can be used only in the instance area,
Instant
and this
area.
super and these calls can happen only in the constructors. Apart from constructors, you cannot use any other where. Okay,
Okay.
you'll get
Okay.
compilation error.
Yeah.
Right. That's all about the constructors. And in today's class, our agenda is first we'll understand what is an interface.
Okay.
Okay, what
Yeah.
is an interface?
Interface.
Then after what is an abstract class? Okay,
Okay.
or else like after interface, what is marker interface? Then after what is an abstract class? Then after what is a concrete class?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so basically what is an interface, right?
Yeah.
Here we are having multiple definitions to the interface, but with respect to Java, if we call interface,
Yeah.
it is called as 100% abstract methods, 100%
Abstract method.
abstract methods. A Java source file which
Okay.
contains 100% abstract methods is called as
Abstract
an
method.
interface. Okay.
Yeah.
This method with
Yes.
respect to only Java. But if
Okay.
we go normally, like interface is like we call it as application program interface. For example, if we are having any application, a client is using our server. A client is,
Yeah.
this is let's say our server. He can use or he can access our application with the help of one medium, correct?
Yeah.
This medium is called as an interface basically.
Interface. Yeah.
Okay. In the same way, like we also have one more thing that is like which we call as API, application program interface.
Yeah.
Okay. That
Yes.
is a group of a library. For example, like we are having JDBC API. Let's consider JDBC API is there. By using this API, we are having different drivers like MySQL driver is there, Oracle driver is there. Okay. PostgreSQL driver is there like that. Okay. This all
Yeah.
is definitions of interface. But if you talk only with respect to Java, then what it is, a Java file which contains 100% abstract methods is called as an interface.
Okay.
Okay.
Collection of abstract methods.
Yeah, collection of 100 abstract methods or a Java file which contains only abstract methods, we can say.
Abstract methods. Okay.
Okay. It can be one
Yeah.
abstract method, two abstract method, three. For example, if you use collections, then it will be like set of methods, right? It can
Yeah.
be single method also. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Now, in this, whatever the definition just now I mentioned, okay, the definition was like only till Java, before Java 8. Okay.
Okay.
After it, they changed it because like this, according to this definition, like what it is, okay, interface. Okay, the declaration is like we'll declare as we'll use one keyword called interface. Then after we mention that respect to interface name or a Java source file name, whatever, like interface A. Okay.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
can have only abstract methods, right? Like
Yes. Yes.
abstract M1 or abstract void M1, abstract void
Void.
M2, let's say, or any
Yeah.
return type also, whatever it is. Okay.
Yes.
And in Java, okay, by default, okay, the methods in the interface are public and abstract. Even though if you use this modifier public and abstract, that's optional for you. You can use or you cannot use. That's okay. If you
Okay.
define any method in an interface, then by default that is public and abstract. Okay.
Okay.
And always
Yeah.
remember you should not give any concrete method or method implementation in interfaces.
Yes.
Understood?
Yes.
So why they are public? Okay. Why they are public means like in an interface, we won't be giving the implementation. Correct?
Yeah.
So if you don't give an implementation in any class, for example, if I create a normal class, let's say, in my some C class, okay, I am using this respective interface. I need to access that respective method, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So if I
Yes.
want to do that, then definitely that method should be accessible out of the packages as well. That is the reason they
Yes.
mentioned it as public.
Public.
Okay.
Yeah.
right? And if you see, basically, like to make you understand this example, we are having some JDBC library. Okay, we are having JDBC
JD.
library where we can connect our Java application to the database, real-time database, and we can fetch do some transactions to the database. Okay, in upcoming days we will
Yes.
see this. Okay, but to do this connection, we will be using couple of classes and interface of this JDBC. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
say if that respective methods are private methods or some protected methods, okay, can we access that respective methods in our application class
No.
or in our application package? No, right?
No.
Yes or no? That is the reason they are by default public.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
abstract means, okay, there is no method implementation. We have to give our own implementation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. And apart from these, okay, an interface can contain only methods, that is abstract methods, as well as like it can also contain the variables. That variables also by default it is public, static, and final.
Okay.
Public, static, and final.
Final.
Why public, why static, and why final?
Mm.
I know you cannot tell the reason why public means because
Yeah.
outside the
It
class
has
also
to be
you should
accessible.
accessible. That is the reason it is public. Okay.
Yeah.
Before static, why static means okay in interface. Okay, can we create an object of an interface?
No.
No, right? We cannot create an object
No.
of an interface.
Yeah.
So that is the reason. If by any chance, if you want to access that respective field without an object, then directly we can access with the help of the class name, that is interface name.
Start.
That is the reason
Yeah.
it is static. Why it is
Yes.
final? For example, I'm having interface A, okay, and I took one class B, okay, which implements A. Then what happened? If I can like reassign that respective value, right? For example, if I am having let's say public static final A is there, which is
Yeah.
equal to some 10, int A equal to 10. Now in my B class, after like inheriting it, okay, with any method, I can access this respective A, right? And I can change the
Yes.
value to be yes or no, A equal to 20. There is a possibility, right?
Yes. Yes.
If some other object comes, okay, if some other object comes, or like let's say class C again is implementing that A. Now with
A.
respect to the C class, the value become 20. But what is that actual value?
10.
10. Okay, there is some loss of precision, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
To
Yes.
avoid these, okay, or to maintain safety of that respective value, variable value, they mentioned as final. So no one, even though if we implement, if we inherit that respective interface, we cannot change the value. The value remains same for every class or every object which you create. Understood?
Okay. But if we give it final, how do we inherit then?
That is what, right? We cannot inherit. What is with respect to methods, we cannot inherit. Yes or no?
Okay.
But final keyword with respect to variables means we cannot reinitialize it, but we can use that, right?
Okay. You are telling it is final is given to a variable.
Correct. Public static final
Okay.
variable
Okay.
it is variable
Okay.
and public and abstract for methods by default.
Methods. Yes. Yes.
Okay, this is for variables.
Okay.
Don't get confused. Okay.
Yeah.
So like that was your good point. For example, if we keep that final as a method, then definitely we cannot override that. But
Yes.
if you see here, there that is an illegal combination. Why? Abstract means not to be implemented. Yes or
Yeah.
no? Final
Final
means
is
it should be implemented.
confidence.
So there
Yeah.
is a, like illegal combination of that modifiers. Okay.
Yes.
In the
Yeah.
same way, apart from these, we cannot have protected methods. We cannot have private methods. Okay. Or we cannot have native methods also
Yeah.
in the interfaces. Okay.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
Right. Next, moving ahead, what is the advantage of interfaces? What biggest advantage is like we can achieve the multiple inheritance,
Multiple. Yeah.
and
Inheritance.
also it boosts the abstraction.
Abstraction.
Okay,
Sorry.
this is the
Like,
one of the principles of hope that is abstraction. It boosts the abstraction. Okay,
yeah.
done. Right.
Yes.
Now, for example, this is all about the interfaces in general. Okay, or in simple, let's say. Now, let's talk about couple of cases.
Yeah.
What are that cases? Let's contain. We are having one interface A. let's say we are having interface A, and in this interface A, we are having M1 method. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, even though if you mention or if you don't mention public and abstract, by default it is abstract only. You need not to mention. Okay, that's optional, let's say. Okay.
Yes.
And also you are having interface B. Okay, which is again having as some void M1.
Yeah.
Done. Now, what
Yes.
you can do, let's say we are inheriting these two interfaces. We are inheriting these two
Two
interfaces. Like we
interface.
taken one class C, which implements A comma B.
Interfaces.
Then what happens, as this is a concrete class, then definitely we need to give the implementation. So we have given implementation here. After creating
Yeah.
that object, we can access this respect to M1 method. Okay, this is
Yes.
case one. Case one.
One.
Next one is, let's say case two. What is that case two? Again, we are having interface A.
Yeah.
Interface. This is different. This is different. This is case two. Interface A. We are having again M1 method. Okay, the return type is void, and the method is not taking any parameters. And next
Yeah.
interface B, okay, which is taking void, but this M1 method is having the int as the method.
Okay.
Okay,
Parameter.
int as a method parameter. Okay, now if I implement that respective C implements A comma B, then what I need to do? I can give implementation for M1 method without any parameter and M1 method with one more int as parameter.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
case two, which we can achieve. And case three, what is this case three? This is very important case. In this case, let's say we are having interface A again. Okay, in this I'm having M1 method. Without taking any parameter, the return type is void.
Yeah.
Okay, and next one is I'm having interface B, which is again not taking any parameter, but the return type is int.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
clear? Now let's say I'm having C interface. Okay, sorry, C class. Okay, if I implements A comma B, then what happens? I need to give implementation for this M1 method as well as this M1 method, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir. But
Yes.
this M1 method is not having any implementation. Let's say void M1.
Yeah.
Okay. And this method, the return type is int M1. Okay. And I given the implementation. But now tell me, is this correct? Just observe
Uh,
here. What is the method signature?
Like return type, method, and without parameter.
Here the method signature is method name, and without parameter the method name is M1 without taking any
Yeah.
parameter. And again, what
Yeah.
is the signature here? M1 without taking any parameter.
Parameter.
Forget about the return type, but in a normal .java file, can we have two methods with same signature?
No.
No, right?
No.
So this is one case, okay, where you cannot inherit the respective interfaces simultaneously. When
Okay.
two method names are same, when two method signatures are same, but return type is different.
Okay.
Okay. And the very
Yeah.
first case is like you can see in two interfaces we're having same M1 method and M1 method. So you can give only one implementation that is correct. Okay. And it's always example
Okay.
for multiple, let's say multiple inheritance. And what happens in the second case? In the second case, like the return type was doesn't matter for us, but M1 method is not taking any parameter, and next M1 method is taking as the int as the parameter.
Parameter.
So once we inherit these two interfaces in class C, what are these two methods are called? They're called as overloaded methods
Yes.
because the method signature is different. M1 without
Different.
any parameter and M1 with int
M1.
as a parameter.
Parameter.
But
Yeah.
these cases something different. Whenever the method names are same, I mean method signatures are same, but the return types are different, then in that case, we cannot inherit that respective multiple interfaces.
Yeah.
Okay, clear?
Yes. Yes.
Right. This is one important thing. Okay. Now
Okay.
moving ahead. For example, let's consider two things. Okay, what are that? For example, now with respect to interfaces, I mean with respect to methods we have seen. Now let's see with respect to variables.
Okay.
Okay, with respect to
Yeah.
variables, for example, let's have we are having interface A again. Okay, where I'm
Yeah.
having int x.
Okay.
Okay, x equal to 10 because directly I need to assign. Okay, and again I'm having interface
We have
b.
to assign variable. We can assign variables in interface.
I mean, directly I'm assigning, right? While declaration itself, I'm assigning the value.
Yeah.
That thing we can do.
Okay.
It's like int a equal to 10, we can do that, right?
Yeah.
Public. Uh, I mean, in normal class, if we declare the variable, okay, then after that we can initialize the value also, right?
Yes.
Simultaneously. The same thing I've done here. And we have to do. Why? Because it is a final. After that, we
Yeah.
cannot reassign that. Okay.
Yes.
And next is int x equal to some 100, let's say. Okay. Now what I
Yeah.
have done is I created class C, which implements A comma B interfaces, and inside class C I'm having main method. Okay. Now when I create CC equal to new C, CC equal to new C,
News.
and if I call sysout that C dot X,
X.
okay, which one it will call? Which X it will call? Whether it will call the A interface X value or B interface X value, because with respect to C object, I can access both the things, right?
Both.
Because both are parents
Yeah.
for child C. Understood?
Yes.
There is a
Yes.
conflict. Okay, this is called as conflict in if we are having this kind of conflict with respect to like variables, then what we can do is instead of accessing with the object, what you can do, you can directly access with respect to that interface name itself. Like you can call as a dot x or b dot x. Why?
Okay.
Because by default, this respect to x is static one. Okay.
Yes.
As it is a static member, you need not to depend on the object taken. Directly, you can call it the A. But if you're having only one or like, I mean, instead of X, if you're having Y here, in this case, what happens? Directly, it can call A dot X means, I mean, object A dot X with, it can call this first interface X itself.
Yes.
Understood?
Yeah.
This conflict, if you're having any kind of same names for the variables with respect to two interfaces while inheriting, then you can directly access with the help of a that respective interface name because it is a
Yeah.
static number. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
These are the like couple of issues we'll get when we work with the interfaces. Okay. Just make sure. Okay. How to utilize that respective things.
Yeah.
Right. And in
Yes.
Java, what happened is like, as I said, you right, before to Java 8, the definition of an interface is like we can have
100%.
100% abstract method. That means it can have only abstract methods. And
Yes.
moreover, we cannot create the object of an interface. Why? Because there is no constructor in an interface.
Yeah.
There is no concept of constructors in interfaces. Okay,
Yes.
this thing you need to remember. Okay, and after Java 8, what they done is they have permitted to add a couple of methods. That is, one is default method we can have, and
Okay.
also static method we can have. Default
Yeah.
method and static
Static.
method, where we can give the full implementation. This default and static method
Okay.
we will discuss in great detail in while discussing streams concept, Java 8 feature. Okay,
Okay.
at that
Okay.
point of time we will discuss, but just to give you an idea, okay, what after Java 8 onwards, apart from abstract methods, you can also have default methods as well as static methods in an interface. This concept to
Yeah.
keep in mind.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
next moving ahead, next concept is what is marker interface. What is marker
Mark.
interface? Right. Marker interface is so basically an interface can have the methods. An
Yeah.
interface can have some couple of methods,
But
that is abstract methods. Okay. Now the same interface, it is not having any methods. Let's say it is not having any methods, but if you implement that respective method, then it is doing some functionality for you.
okay.
For example, let's say I will take one class C. I will implement this respective interface A. Then what happens? It will give some additional functionality to C. Okay.
Yeah.
But it does not have any methods. But it does not have any methods. Then
Any
Bharat, you
method.
can ask how come it is giving that respective functionality, or how it is inheriting that respective feature from the interface means these interfaces, it will be having implementation in the JVM basically.
Okay.
Okay. For example, in Java, there are a couple of interfaces like that. Let's call serializable interface.
Okay.
Okay, what is this serializable? Means, for example, when you are having any object, okay, serializable is something biggest topic, but I will just give you some small idea. Now, let's say I am having one class A. Okay,
Yes.
inside this class, I am holding some variables, like let's say some 20 variables I am holding, instance variables, and I created the object.
Yeah.
Okay, serializable means for temporarily, I will store this object information in a file.
Okay.
This is called serialization. Temporarily, we are storing. Okay. Deserialization means again, whenever you want to use that respective object by using new instance method, you will just deserialize it, that respective object which we have stored earlier by
Okay.
a method name called new instance method.
Okay.
Okay. There are a
Yeah.
couple of classes and all. Okay, by using that
Yeah.
classes, we can serialize and we can deserialize. But as of now, just remember theoretically. Okay, we are not going in depth of that serialization part and all. Okay,
Yes.
now
Yeah.
to achieve this serialization feature, okay, the connection to this file and storing into the file and fetching from the file. Okay, this everything can happen by using one like simple interface, that is implement serializable interface.
Okay.
Okay, then Bharat, how come it is doing this feature for us means this respective concept of storing the data in a file by default happen because the implementation in given in a JVM, that feature.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are not writing anything in a Java in our I mean our Java language. Instead of that, it is written in the native language.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
That's how we can
Yes.
get achieve that feature.
Yeah.
So what is a marker interface? Marker interface is a interface which does not have any abstract methods in it, but it provides couple of some important features, okay, which can be inherited, which is implemented in a JVM. I mean in native language.
Okay.
Okay, this is the marker interface.
Yeah.
Clear definition?
Yes.
Okay, like serializable, we are also having a random access interface. What is this random access? Basically, this random access is being implemented by ArrayList class. Okay, whenever we discuss java.util package,
Yeah.
I mean data structures basically at that point of time, if we want, if our frequent operation is always accessing any element of a list, then we need to use the array list basically we say. Okay. Why the reason to use array list? Because that respective array list will be implementing this random access. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the
Yes.
definition we tell basically. And random access, even though it does not have any methods, it can provide easy accessibility. For example, directly with the help of index, we can access the element. How we can do that
Okay.
means, okay, that respective feature is applicable to this respective array list class because it is inheriting, and that implementation is given in the JVM again. Okay.
Okay.
That's how we can able to access the elements quickly while using the array list. Okay. One more example
Yeah.
for marker interface in Java. Okay. Understood?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Next, moving ahead, one more concept. For example, now let's say we are having an interface. Okay. Inside this interface, I'm having 1,000 abstract methods.
Yes.
1,000 abstract methods, let's
Abstract
say. Now I taken one class C which implements A, which implements A.
implement.
Now what happens whenever I implement this respective class, sorry, interface A, then in this respective class, I need to override all these 1,000 methods, right? Yes or no? Then only I
Yeah.
can create the concrete class. Then only I
Yes.
can create the concrete class.
Com-
So I need to give implementation for all the 1,000 methods.
Thousand.
But let's say in this class, I want to utilize only some 2 to 3 methods. Out of
Yeah.
1,000, I want to utilize only 2 to 3 methods. But even though I want to use the 2 to 3 methods, as directly I'm implementing this interface, I need to give other 97 methods, I mean 997 methods implementation as well, correct?
Yeah.
This will increase the number of lines of code in our class C, which
Yeah.
reduces the readability, correct? Which reduces the readability.
Reader. Yeah.
So if we get any situation like this, if we get any situation like this, instead of like overriding all the methods, what we can do is like we can create some temporary classes, okay, or some dummy classes, let's say. Okay, what we will
Yeah.
do? Simply we'll create one class B. which implements A.
Okay.
Okay. And what we'll do, we will override all the 1,000 methods here. We will override all 1,000 methods, but we'll give dummy implementation.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
And we'll make that respective class as abstract class.
Okay.
Okay. To make you clear this, let's convert into demo so you'll understand this. For example, I'm
Yeah.
having interface I.
But wouldn't that be extra then again?
I will tell. That's a
Okay.
feature basically. Okay. For
Okay.
example, let's have an interface I. Inside this interface, I'm having M1 method, M2 method, M3 method, and M4 method, and also M5 method. Okay, instead of 1,000 methods, I'm just considering 5 methods. Okay. Actually, in
Yes.
my class C, I want only this respect to M1 and M2 to be there. But if I simply implements this C, implements this interface, then what happens? I need to give implementation for M1 method,
M2.
M2 method, M3 method, and M4 method as well as M5 method. Correct?
Yeah.
But my purpose is only this M1 and M2, let's say. But even though my purpose is this, as I want to inherit this, I need to give initial implement for other methods as well. Correct?
Yes.
And which will reduces the readability for sure.
Yeah.
Correct? So to
Yeah.
avoid this, what I can do is I can take one temporary class or dummy class.
Okay.
Okay. Inside this dummy class, what I will do, I will implement interface. Then what I will do, I will override all methods M1 and I will give no implementation. Dummy means nothing will be there. Just I will declare method. That's it. M1, M2, M3, M4, and M5. Okay. If method is
Yeah.
returning something, then I will keep return that respective object. If method is not returning anything, then no implementation at all. Okay. And
Yes.
also I will make sure this respective class is abstract. Why abstract?
Yeah.
If someone can create this respective D object, I can access any of the methods, right? No implementation is
Yes.
there. To avoid that, I will make this as abstract. So no one can create the object also. Now what I will do, instead of directly implementing this interface, okay, I will extend to
Yeah.
this class D. C extends D. Now in this
D.
case, what happens? I am already having dummy implementation here. So again, I need not to override all the methods, correct? Whatever the
Yeah.
methods required for me, only I will override that respective method. That is only M1 and M2. I can use in my respective class. Understood?
Yes.
These respective class where we created to give the dummy implementation for an interface is called as adapter class.
Okay.
What it is? Adapter class.
Adapter class.
Then Bharat, where we have utilized this feature in Java means in Java, okay, there is one like a library called servlet library. Okay,
Okay.
servlet library. What is the servlet? After internet has come, okay, to connect our normal application with internet, we will be using one concept called servlets. Inside these
Okay.
servlets, we are having like one methods called initialize method, serverless method, destroy method. Three methods will be there, three stages will be there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will be having main interface, okay, HTTP servlet interface, which will be having that initialize, then after service, then after destroy. Okay, like three methods will be there. Now what we will be having in the same servlet API itself, we will be having one more abstract class. Okay, that is HTTP
Yeah.
servlet class, which implements this respective interface. Okay, and what it will do, it will give only dummy implementation, initialize, and it will give no implementation. Then service, no implementation. Then destroy method, only declaration, and method body, nothing implementation in that. Now, what you can do, wherever you want to create, I mean, in any kind of servlet here, you can create your own custom servlet, right? Custom
Yeah.
servlet will extends to this respective class, servlet class, HTTP servlet class. And inside that servlet class, whatever the thing you want to give implementation, you can give that respective implementation. Okay,
Okay.
instead of getting, I mean, giving implementation to all the things, all the methods. Okay,
Okay.
understood?
Yeah.
So with this, so far we have covered interfaces, then after marker
Yeah.
interface, right? Then after
Yes.
like adapter class basically or abstract class to avoid the object creation. Okay,
Yeah.
and concrete class, right?
Yes.
So now, what is the difference between an interface? What is the difference between, I mean, difference between or differences between interface, abstract class, and concrete class, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
So, interface means complete 100% abstract methods.
Abstract classes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
abstract class means you can have, I mean, abstract methods or not. There is,
Okay.
it can have abstract methods and it can also have non-abstract methods.
No. Okay.
Abstract plus non-abstract methods.
Not
And concrete class means you can have only non-abstract methods.
not
For
not.
sure, you have to give complete implementation for sure. Okay. And
Yes.
interface, you cannot create object, no object creation. And for abstract class also, no object creation. And for concrete class also, you
We
can
can
create the
create a
object. We can create the object.
object.
Okay. And
Yeah.
with respect to interfaces, there is no constructor. There is no
No
constructor.
constructor.
But with respect to abstract classes, we are having the constructor. Okay. And with respect to normal classes, we are having the
Constructor.
constructor. Okay. Right. Now, Bharat,
Yes.
what is, even though we are not able to create the object, what is the point of creating the, having the constructor in the abstract class? Let's consider that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
I will take this scenario. Okay. I will take one scenario. I will take one class, employee class. Okay. Normal employee, where I'm having name. Then after some age, let's say name and age are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Or else first, before going to the actual example, let's go with some normal example. Let's take we are having one class A, okay, which is an abstract class, which is having 1,000 variables. How many variables? 1,000
Thousand.
variables. Okay. Now in class B, in class B, I am having, I'm just extending this respective class A. B extends A. Okay, and I'm having only one variable. I'm having only one variable. Okay. Now inside this class, I want to initialize all the 1,000 variables plus 1,001 variables now.
Yeah.
What I want to do, I need to give in my constructor B, I need to like initialize all the variables, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
All
Yes.
variables I need to initialize here, 1,001 variables. Correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is one case which we can absolute possibility is there. But instead of that, what I can do is for this 1,000 variables, I can create one constructor which take 1,000 variables inside this. Okay. And I can initialize that respect to 1,000 variables in class A itself. Class
Yeah.
A itself. And whatever that B class is there, which is extending to A, inside this B extends A, I will be having only one variable. This one variable, okay, I will be in my constructor, I will pass 1,000 variables plus one variable, one single variable. And in my
Yeah.
constructor, what I will do, we can do parent class constructor call, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
I can call super, that is which is parent class constructor, and I can pass this 1,000 variables. And rest one variable is there, right? I can initialize here itself in the current constructor. Yes or no?
Yeah.
With this, what we can achieve? We can achieve the readability. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
every time instead of like assigning the 1,000 variables in your custom class, okay, what you can do, you can use parent class, abstract class constructor itself, and you can initialize all the variables which belongs to abstract class. And whatever the
Yes.
variables which are belong to our class, okay, in our class, we can like assign our variables. Okay,
Yeah.
understood?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
the use case of constructor in abstract classes, even though we don't create the object.
Yeah.
Understood? And for that, let's take this example, like we are having employee, which is having two common variables like name and age. Okay. And my application, I'm having two things. One is contract employee, one more class, and permanent employee, another class.
Yes.
Okay. Which are extending to this employee, normal employee, extending employee class, extending employee class. Now what I do in this like contract employee, I am having a couple of more fields, like some maybe contract time, like this. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
random variables. And inside this, I'm also having a contract employee constructor, which takes all the variables. It will take name also, it will take age also, and it will take this like time period also. Three parameters. Okay,
Yes.
name, age, and this time period.
Time.
Okay. Now in this, what I will do? I will call superclass constructor and I will pass this name and age. Then what happens? Parent class object constructor will get called and will assign this name and age. Now in this current class, I
Yes.
can assign this respect to this dot time period equal to time period, whatever the value I'm passing here. In the same way, I
Yes.
can do in permanent employee as well. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the use case of
Yes.
abstract class constructor. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Bharat, like when to use abstract, because now mostly abstract class as well as interface, it's almost same, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no? When to use an interface, when to use an abstract class. Okay.
Yeah.
When your respective class is having, if you don't know implementation at all, okay, if you don't know implementation at all, then you can go for the interfaces. Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
normally, if you know at least some of the implementation of any of the methods, you can go for the abstract class.
Abstract
Okay.
class.
And
Okay.
when you get the challenge, okay, whether you need to use interface or abstract class means always go for the interface. Always go for
Okay.
interface. Why?
Interface.
There is a reason because, for example, if you create an abstract class, okay,
Yeah.
I'm having one class, normal class. Okay, this is our general use case class or custom class. If I create this abstract class, then what I can do? I can only extend this abstract class, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no? Now,
Yes.
this respective class, can it extend to some other classes as well?
No.
No, right? It cannot extend. But
Yeah.
instead, if the same feature can be also achievable with interface, if you go and create interface instead of abstract class, then what happens? This respective class can implement an interface. Also, it can extend some other classes
Extend to
as well,
some
right?
other class.
Yes
Yes.
or no? As
Yes.
interface provides a more feature, like it can gives more feasibility to an end user or a developer. Then if we can create abstract class as well as if we can create an interface, okay, to achieve one feature, okay, then always go for the interfaces. Always
Yeah.
go for the interface.
Interface.
Okay,
Yeah.
clear? Right.
Yes.
Now, if we summarize like what is this interface, what is an abstract class, what is a concrete class means in general, let's consider this case. Okay, for example, you want to construct a home. You want to construct a home. Okay,
Okay.
home means like we will be having like paintings will be there, okay, bricks will be there, cement will be there, lot of things, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
So interface means you will be having only a plan, nothing come in
Okay.
reality. Nothing comes in
Yes.
reality.
Yeah.
Abstract means a partial kind of, maybe some, let's say, pillars and slab, partial,
Okay.
partial
Yes.
construction. And concrete class means fully constructed. You can
Complete home.
directly occupy it. You can just
Yeah.
stay in that respective home. Okay.
Yes.
In interfaces, you will be having only full abstract methods, complete abstract methods, no implementation at all. Abstract
Yes.
class means some partial implementation of methods and some partial abstract methods. Concrete class means fully implemented
Fully.
class.
Yeah.
This is the differences.
Yes.
Okay. So by
Yeah.
this, like now you should be able to tell what is an interface, what is an abstract class, and what is a concrete class.
Yeah.
Any questions in this?
No.
Shall we go for the demos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. So let me share my screen again. So let's go with one of the use case which we left in the constructor. That is, whenever you add any constructor, then by default we need to also add the parameterized constructor, right? That's what we discussed. One
Yes.
conclusion. So let's see
Yes.
that demo first. It's, it's not creating the class. Just give me some time.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's create one class. Default shifter mandatory demo. Okay, mandatory means good practice basically. Okay.
Yes.
So let's have one class. Uh, shall we have parent? Parent one, let's say. Inside this, I'm having int A and int B. Int A and int B. And also I'm having one. I will
Yes.
create only one constructor, parent one constructor, which will take these two intake one and int B. And inside this, what I will do, I will just access this dot A, I mean current object, and I will assign to the local variable. Okay, and again global variable with local variable. This will be equal to B. Okay, I just created one class parent and I created one constructor parent constructor. That's it. Okay,
Yes.
it is called as parameterizer constructor. Hmm? Next, moving ahead, what shall we do? Let's create one more class child one class child one. Okay, nothing I will do here. Now inside my main method class, what I will do is I can create. uh, just give some time. It's not responding correctly.
Yeah.
So refresh, I think. So first I will create one child one ch child equal to new child one. Okay. Now I can, even though that respective constructor is not there here, I am able to call that constructor, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
How come it is possible? Because my compiler is adding that respective constructor. That is the
Yeah.
reason I can access it. But for the
Yes.
same, if you go and create like this parent one, okay, some parent equal to new
The option.
parent
Okay.
one without the params, without the parameters, like previous case which we have created, like that if we create, then what happens?
Yeah.
It will throw an error. Why?
Errors.
It is telling Bharat there is no parent constructor without any parameters. What it will
Yes.
give suggestion? Just pass this int a comma b here. I mean a comma b should be compatible with this respective constructor, or
Yeah.
go and create a one more constructor without any parameter. Because
Parameter.
now at least if we create one constructor, compiler is not going to add another constructor. Correct?
Another constructor. Yes.
Yes or no? That is the reason we got this issue here. Now to avoid this
Yes.
issue, what we need to do? We need to make sure I
Pass
need
the
to also
parameter.
pass some variables, okay, to the
Yes.
constructor parameters. Okay, then
Yeah.
it's correct. Now for the same, if I do some small change, that is, if I add this extends parent one, now what happens? I will get one error. Can you see that? Child one
Yeah.
class, I'm getting the error. Why this error?
Yes.
Because internally, even though you haven't written any implementation, internally what happens? The compiler will add this implementation. What is that implementation?
public parent integer.
child one, public
Okay.
child one, and internally it will call the parent class constructor, right?
Yeah.
This implementation will be added by the compiler, correct?
Yes.
Now, if you see here, what does this super means? Calling the parent class constructor. Yes
Parent
or
class
no?
constructor. Yes.
But in my parent class, who is my parent? Parent one is the parent. Yes or no?
Yes.
But
Yes.
inside this, do I have any constructor without any parameter?
No.
No, right? That is the
No.
reason we are getting this compilation error. Telling
Yes.
Bharat, okay, as you are extending this parent one, but inside that respective parent class constructor, we don't have any constructor without any parameter. That is the error we are getting here. See, we cannot extend also.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes.
So now what we need to do, always whenever you are creating any constructor, okay, as a good practice, before creating that parameterized constructor, create a parameterized constructor
Non-parameter.
as well. Yeah, or
Yes.
parameterized constructor.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a
Yes.
good practice. Now what happens? See, that error is gone.
Yes.
Previously, while inheriting itself, we got the error, but now that error has been resolved because now what happens? The same line of code will be added by the compiler, this line number 19, 20, and 21 internally. Now what happens? As we declared one, like parameterless constructor, whenever they call super, this respective constructor will get
Construct.
called.
Yeah.
Okay. And inside this
Yes.
constructor, what happens? It will call the pay again parent class constructor. Who is the parent for parent one? Object class constructor will get called.
Object class. Yes.
Okay. Understood?
Yeah. Yes.
This is one thing. Next one is like coming back to today's class, that is like we discussed about the interface and interface naming conflicts. Okay, accessing
Yeah.
the variables if you are having same names. Done.
Yes.
Then after we understood the adapter classes, sorry, adapter before that marker interfaces. Then
And
after
adapter.
that adapter classes, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So let's see same. Now let's create one more package here, that is java.fundamentals itself. Source file name package dot source files. So, okay, in that let's create an interface. Fundamentals for we go create one interface demo. Okay,
Yeah.
so instead of class keyword, we need to use a interface as a
Interface.
keyword. That's it. Then for the source file, if you use interface keyword, then that respective, I mean, source file will become as an interface in Java. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what we learn, an interface can contain only abstract methods, correct?
Methods. Yes.
Only abstract methods. That is like, let's
Yes.
create one M1 method and let me add void method. And also let's have one modifier, public as
Uh,
modifier, public
okay.
void M1. Okay. And also abstract. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe just please RLCT abstract as the modifier. This is the implementation of an interface basically. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So while implementing, even though if you don't give this public and abstract, that is also correct. For example, I can give like this public void M2. It is correct.
Yeah.
In the same way, I can give abstract void
And
M3. Okay, not only void. Okay,
okay.
don't consider like Bharat why you are always taking void means because I don't want to keep the return type. That's it. Okay, instead of
Yeah.
void, you can also have some int as a return type or
And
like string as a return type, integer class as a return type, whatever it is. Return type is also there. That
yes.
means okay.
Yeah.
Now instead of this, I can also have like this int M4. This is also correct. In this case, what happens? In the second case, compiler will add abstract here, public
Yeah.
abstract void M2. In this case, it will add public. So it will become public abstract void M3. In this case, what happens? It will add public and abstract both before the return type. Okay.
Yeah.
By default, compiler will do that for us. Done? Now, apart from abstract methods, by any chance, if you give like this M5 and if you give some method body, then you will get the error.
Error. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Abstract method do not specify the method body because by default they will consider as say abstract methods in an interface. You cannot give any methods body like
Yeah.
this. Okay,
Yes.
clear? And
Yeah.
also, if you want to give any variables, if you want to give any variables, then you need to give only public static void, sorry, public static and final, not void. My bad. Okay. For
Yeah.
example, let's say int a equal to 20. Then what it is? By default, a means internally it is like public again
Static.
static final.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Int a equal to 20. This is what it means internally.
Yes.
Let me keep in comments because it will consider as a duplicate variable a.
Yeah.
Okay. So when
Yeah.
it comes to the methods, by default, they are public and abstract, even though if you mention or if you don't mention. And when you keep the variables, okay, by default, they are public, static, and final. We
Fine.
already clearly understood why they are public, why they are static, and why they are
Static.
final. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Then, if with respect to methods, why they are public, means again like it contains only abstract methods, we need to give that implementation in other methods as well, another classes as well. If that is respective class in outside of that respective package, it should be able to access. That is the reason they are public. Okay,
Yeah.
public members in an
Yes.
interface. Then,
Yes.
so moving ahead, next concept what we discussed, like achieving the multiple inheritance with interface, right?
Yeah.
New class multiple inheritance channel. Then with interfaces. Yeah. Let's create interface A, which is having void M1 method. Okay, done. And
Yeah.
also let's take interface B, which is having again M2 method. And also I need to mention the return type. Let's go with some int. Understood till here? Just we declare two interfaces and we create one class with the name multiple inheritance with interface demo. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what I
Yes.
can do, I can give implements. I can use implements A comma B because simultaneously I can implement two interfaces. Now what it's
Yeah.
telling Bharat, you are implementing it, right? You might
Yeah.
create the object of this. So if you create the object, you can call M1 method and M2 method. So as of now
Yes.
for M1 method and M2 method, we don't have any implementation. So if
Implementation.
you want to give, if you want to implement that, okay, either you override this respect to M1 and M2 method, option
Yeah.
one, or what is option two, make this class as abstract because so you
Oh,
cannot create the object of that. Okay.
yes. Yeah.
So let's override this. Always remember while implementing, you need to give the unimplemented method of either abstract class or a unimplemented method of an interface for sure. Then only you can create
Yeah.
a concrete class. Else you cannot create a concrete class. Done?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is our implementation here. Now what you can do in our main method, we can just call them. Okay, we can create the object. Control C demo equal to new. So new multiple inheritance demo. Okay,
Yeah.
demo dot m1 and demo dot m2. Okay, for our understanding, let's implement something here. This out m2 call, this out m1 call. Done.
Yes.
So if I run this, you can get both m1 and m2 as the outputs. M1 you call and m2 called as the outputs. So what we're doing here, we just created that respective m1 and m2 method in a class. Okay, M1 method is from the interface A and M2 method is from the interface B. Okay, but with respect to interfaces, we can inherit. both the classes methods.
Yeah.
Okay, which is not possible with respect to two classes, but it can be achieved with the help of interfaces. Then,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
cool. Now let's do small modifications. What are that modifications? Instead of like M1 and M1 here, or else like naming conflicts table, let's take new class naming conflicts. Then, okay,
Yeah.
let's copy all this stuff. Interface A, interface B. Let's go with A1 and here also M1 with void again. Okay, M1 and M1 interface B1. And this naming conflicts demo I will implements A1 comma B1. Now what happens? I need to override them. Okay, as I
Yeah.
want to override them. Okay, if you see here in this M1 and this is also M1 with void and void. So what happens? Only I can override one method. Okay,
Yeah.
and inside this method, like I can give some implementations. This out M1 called M1 called. Okay. Now inside this main method, you can create these respective naming conflict demo instance. Demo equal to new naming conflict demo dot M1 method. Done? No.
Yeah.
In this case, like we cannot differentiate Bharat like what whether this M1 is either A1 interface demo or B1 interface demo. Okay, we created directly with the help of child class. Okay. Now
Yeah.
instead of like using this child class reference, if you use parent class reference A1, then that respective M1 is belongs to the A, A
It.
interface demo. Okay.
Yes.
A interface M1. And if
Yeah.
you create the reference with respect to B1, then that respective M1 will become the B1 interface method. Okay,
Yeah.
understood? Right.
Yes.
When we are having like two methods is same method names. Okay.
Yeah.
Now second case is let's have a variable int here.
Yeah.
Now what have happened? Okay, as this M1 is one method, okay, which we have already overridden, and it is there here. Now it will tell, but there is also one more method from B1 interface. Okay, which
Yes.
is like M1 method, which is taking int as a parameter. That implementation has been not given, so implement it. That is a suggestion it's giving for us. Okay,
Yes.
so we have sys out M1 called with par. Okay, which can do. Okay, no worries in this. Okay, again, with the help of this demo dot M1 you can call and you can pass the parameters in 10. So it will call the B1 interface method for us. Okay, we get the
Yes.
output. No worries. This case is also fine. But the third case, which we already discussed, let's say instead of like having these M1 as the method parameter, like we have the return type, let's say. The return type is int. Now in this case, can I override that one? If for example, now what it is telling, Bharat, like this void is not correct.
Yeah.
Why it is not correct with respect to B1 interface? Okay.
Yes.
If I keep this as int, if I
Mm.
keep this as int, then what happens? It will tell, whereas this respective method is not compatible with respect to interface A1.
It. Yeah.
Understood?
Yes.
So in these cases, we cannot resolve. For example, if you go and create one more class, like abstract class, let's say abstract class,
Yeah.
some dummy, okay, abstract class dummy, which implements A1, let's say. Let's say in this A1, we are going to give the implementation for this M1.
Yeah.
void. Okay. Now what happens? Let's consider we have implemented here. And in this demo, let's extend to let's extend to extends dummy also implements B1. Okay. Now also we
Yeah.
get the same situation. Why?
Yes.
As it is a abstract class, okay, we are overriding here this M1 method. Okay, now what it will tell? Bharat, this respect to M1 method int is not compatible to the overridden method of abstract class like that.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes.
So there is no resolution for this kind of situation when two interfaces having the same method
Same.
signature but return different return types, but you want to do some multiple
Same.
inheritance.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood?
Yes.
Right. Next one is let's say that variable conflicts class variable conflicts variable
Conflicts.
well. So by default, like let's consider interface A11 and set this, let's take int a equal to 20. Okay, then we have by default public static and final. I'm not mentioning explicitly.
Yes.
Interface B11 field a equal to 30, let's say. Control Shift F. Okay. Now this respective class will be implementing both the interfaces. Implements A11 comma B11. That means I can access both A and A. This A, this A. Okay.
Yes.
A11 class A and B11 class A. So if I create object that is variable conflicts demo equal to name demo demo dot A. I can access this way. Okay. Now what happens in this case? Bharat, you're trying to access A. Okay. But with respect to A, there is ambiguity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you can do to avoid these cases, okay, directly with the help of class names. Directly with the help of class name, you
Class.
can access. For example, if you want to access this A11 A, you can use A11 dot A. Okay.
Okay.
And as directly you cannot take, let's go with some int local equal to. Done.
Okay. Yeah.
Then in the same way, like you can take int local to equal to B11 dot A. Like this, we can access with the help of the class names. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you are having same variable names with respect to two interfaces, and if you are implementing the two interfaces simultaneously, there is a resolution. What is that resolution? Instead of
We can
accessing with the object, you can directly use that
use
respective
the
interface
interface.
name and you can call that because that is a static member.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
This is all about the interfaces. Next, coming back to abstract classes. Okay. Like
Yeah.
new class abstract class demo. What is this abstract class means? It is also a normal class, but we cannot create the object of it class. Okay.
Yes.
And abstract class contain both abstract methods as well as non-abstract methods like this.
Yes.
Abstract public void M1 I will take. This is the abstract method. Okay. And also I need to make the classes abstract. My bad. If at least one abstract method is there, then I need to make the classes abstract. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
also I can have public void em2 method with complete implementation. Both the things I can have. And I can also have the constructor as well.
Yeah.
Abstract class demo constructor. Okay, all the things are possible. It's like simply whatever the class we are having in the same way, we can have all the things. Okay, it can have instance blocks, it can have constructor, it can have static blocks, all the things. Okay, but
Yes.
interface cannot have constructor, interface cannot have the instance blocks or static blocks. It can have only methods and variables, that too public and abstract methods as well as public static final variables.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So now what you can do if you try to create the object of this class abstract class demo equal to new abstract class demo. Even though you have the object, you cannot create the object to it. Okay, this is like inner class demo. Let's ignore that for an instant. See, if you
Yeah.
see, it will tell Bharat, you cannot create the object of this respective class because it is a
Yes.
abstract class. To restrict the purpose of abstract class is to restrict the object creation.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? For
Yes.
example, let's say reverse possibility is there. I can able to create the object. Then what happens with this respective object? I can access this M2 method as well as M1 method, right? I mean members of
Yes.
that class. But here
Yes.
M2 method, you are having the implementation. So whatever the lines of code it will there in the M2 method, that will implement. But what about this line number 5? Public abstract void M1? No implementation at all, right? If you call that
Yes.
method, what it's going to implement? Nothing, right? That is the
Nothing. Yeah.
reason, okay, it restricts the object creation. So in
Object
this case,
creation.
what we can do, we can take one concrete class, can create one concrete class,
Concrete.
let's say class concrete. That means where all methods implementation is there.
Yeah.
Okay, extends abstract class demo. And you can give the implementation for that respective method.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yes.
it. Now what happens if you want to create that object, instead of accessing this one, you can go and create that respective new concrete class instance. Okay.
Yes.
Now closing instance is accessible. So as it is there inside an abstract class and the concrete class, this is not a correct implementation of the class because I cannot create the outer class object here. Without outer class object, I cannot create the inner class object. So instead that, let's create outside the class itself. Better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Done. This is how
Yes.
we can do. And what is an adapter class? Okay, adapter class is a class where we will be giving the dummy implementation. Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
right. So this is all about the abstract classes and as well as interfaces. I given like other demos like in theoretically. Okay, if you
Yeah.
want any implementation, let me know. I can also give that practical demo, or else you can just take as an assignment for you, however it is
Yes.
comfortable for you.
Adapter
Okay,
class as a demo. Oh, sorry. I mean assignment.
yeah, you can take that. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, apart from these in Java, as of now, what we have seen, uh, according to Java source file structure classes, okay, on that day I said you right. The very
Yeah.
first line statement should be a package declaration. Then
Yeah.
after import statement, after the import statements, couple of imports, it can be there, multiple imports if it is has. Then after that, it should start with either class keyword
Class.
or interface keyword or enum, right?
Yeah.
Yes or
Yes.
no? Or record.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember? So
Yes.
as of now, we have covered these classes as well as interfaces. Now
Interface.
we will understand what is this enum and
Enum.
what is this record. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's create enum class demo. New class
Enum.
enum demo. Enum demo. So what is the enum? Means
Yeah.
in Java, enum it's also a normal .java class. Okay. .java file. Okay. And the implementation, the enum is used to store only constant values. It is used to store
Yes.
only constant values.
Constant
Let's say
values.
what are that constants means? Like let's say, for example, I want to uh, s- store genders. Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell me, what are the genders we can have? Either we can have male,
Male.
female,
Female.
or others, correct?
Yes.
Apart from this, can we have any other things?
No.
Yes or no? This is
Yeah.
about the like uh,
Enum.
okay, enum. Okay, to store only male constant, female constant, and other constant.
Other.
These three are constants. Okay. In the same way, I want to store week. In that case, what happens? Enum week. What does week contains? It contains days. What are the days? Monday,
Monday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, blah blah blah, Sunday. Yes or no? Apart
Yeah.
from this, can I have any other weekday?
No.
No, right? In the same
No.
way, in a month, if I consider month, What I can have? I can have only till January to
Jan to,
December. Yes or
yeah,
no?
yeah,
So whenever there is a scenario, if you want to have, okay, a class with always a
oh,
constant values, always a constant values, then
on,
what you can do? You can go and use a enum
okay,
and you can create that. Okay.
okay,
So let's convert this into the demo and I will tell what happening in the behind the scenes. Okay.
okay,
Right. Now let us go create one enum, then gender. Okay.
yeah,
Then after like male, comma, female, comma, others. Understood?
yeah,
So behind the scenes, what is happening means by default, whenever you use this enum as a keyword, enum as a
and the
keyword,
keyword,
internally what happens is whatever the class, I mean name you given here, identifier, it will, the compiler will convert like this internally. Final class gender, gender, okay, final class gender and extends. There is one class called enum class. The name of the class itself is enum class.
you know,
Okay. And what it
yeah,
will do, it will create a constant for male, one constant. How it will do? Create one constant. Final static.
me, okay,
Final static. Public
static,
static final. May, sorry, gender. Male
me,
equal to new gender. It will create one object with respect to male instance. In the same
yes,
way, gender, female
female equal to new
equals
gender,
to new gender and gender others equal to new gender. Okay. This is what will happen behind the scenes. Okay. This, whatever
yeah,
the declaration you created here, enum. Okay. The compiler will convert like this. Final class gender extends enum. Okay. Then public static final gender male equal to new gender. In the same way, public static final gender female equal to new gender. Public static final gender others equal to new gender. Okay. It is like
yes,
simply, it will create a Java object of that respective class.
yes,
Okay. But that is a static and final, so you cannot reassign it. Okay. As
yeah,
it is a static member, what you can do, you can access with the help of a class name, right? Yes or no?
yeah, yes,
Right. So directly, like with the help of this class name itself, you can access it. Gender dot male, gender dot female, or gender dot
female,
others. Okay.
yes,
And apart
yes,
from these, okay, apart from these, okay, you can also have constructors. You can also have methods in the enum. Okay, like
okay,
normal, what does a normal Java class contain? It can contain some methods, right? Yes or no?
yeah,
You can have void m1. It is correct. You can have methods. You can also have one constructor, gender, done. And also you can
yeah,
have gender with some, let's say, okay.
yeah,
In the same way, we can have like static blocks, instance blocks, all the things. I mean, it is similar to a Java class itself.
class,
Okay, whatever the things you can consider, you can also consider in that. Okay, but only thing is, it is specially designed to store the constants. Especially
okay,
designed to store the constants. So we should not misuse it. That's it.
yes,
Okay, whenever you
yeah,
want to store the constants, you can create. But then
yeah,
what is the advantage of creating these respective constant enum over the normal Java class is two
yeah,
advantages. What is that? If you create normal class, then what you need to do? You need to write again code like public static final main equal to that respective object. Okay,
yeah,
right? That one. And
yes,
moreover, if it is a normal class, can you use in the switch statement?
in what
No.
statement?
Switch statement, switch statement.
No, yeah,
No, right? For example,
no,
let's say I said you right from Java 1.5 or 1.5 onwards. Okay, in switch block, you can
yeah,
pass enum value as well. Yes or no?
yes,
And you can
yes,
have cases as this ordinal values like male, female, others
female,
as the
yeah,
cases. Case
yes,
male, case female,
yes,
case others
female,
like that. Okay.
yeah,
But
yeah,
instead of like creating enum, if you create a normal class, okay, is it possible to use a switch case? There is a
no,
disadvantage, right? That is the
yes,
reason. Okay, whenever your class is having only constants, then better to go use enum. apart
Yeah.
from creating a normal class and creating final static, okay, variables, global variables every time. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
The biggest question is, Bharat, like why they created these kind of different things means, okay, in design, okay, whenever in a software engineering, there is a concept called solid principles.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this solid principles? Okay, that is a separate concept basically whenever you're going, keeping designing in mind. But out of
Okay.
this solid, yes means single responsibility. What it is? Single
Single
responsibility. So
responsibility.
whenever you create a class, it should be single responsible. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, it should have one specific responsibility, and that responsibility should not be misused. Okay,
Yes.
that is the
Yeah.
reason constructor will be having one responsibility. Okay, enum will be having one responsibility. Normal method will have one responsibility. Static block will have one responsibility. Instance block will have one responsibility. Okay, depends on
Yes.
our use case. We need to use them. We can
Yeah.
manipulate and we can, however we want to be use by following the Java syntax, we can use, but we should not misuse it.
Misuse. Yeah.
That is called as misusing it because
Yeah.
that purpose is different. Okay, constructor purpose is used only to initialize the variables. So we need to use
Yeah.
for it. Okay, we should not just do method calls in that.
Yes.
Understood? If you
Yeah.
want to do method calls, then what you need to do, I mean, for every object creation, if you want to perform certain action, in that case, you need to use the instance blocks instead of using
Okay.
constructor.
Yes.
Matlab, for every object I create, I need to perform one certain action or I need to call one a method, let's say. In that case, what you need to do? You need to use instance block instead of a constructor. Instead calling that method in the constructor, you need to create one instance block and inside that instance block, you need to call that method. That is a good
Yeah.
practice. Okay,
Yeah.
like that. Understood?
Yes.
So now, in this, what way happens is now this mail is an object, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
This mail is a normal Java
Okay.
object now. Female is also normal Java object and others is also normal Java object. So, and moreover, that respective object itself is a static object, correct? Static instance.
Yes.
So to access that respective constants, what you can use is you can use the that respective class name. What is the class name here? Gender is the class name, correct? Gender dot I can call
Yes.
male. Now what happens? I will
Mail.
get the instance of gender basically. I will get the instance of gender.
Instant.
Gender,
Yeah.
gender equal to. Okay. Now once you get that gender instance, what you can do? You can do the method calls also, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Gender dot I can call that respective class method, like maybe M1 method I can call, or you can call the object class methods as well, whatever it is, because that respective constant itself a object for us, basically. It is like
Yeah.
internally public static final that respect to gender male
Fine.
equal to new gender. Okay,
Yeah.
understood? Yes or no?
Yes.
And also, whenever you create a enum value, by default, it will give us a method called values method.
Okay.
Gender dot you can call values method. What is this value? Basically, I mean, this method comes from the whenever you are extending to this respective enum, right? I mean, it will extend
Yeah.
the enum class, right? From enum class, it is inheriting this values method. Then, Bharat, what
Okay.
does this value method will return for us means? It will give that respective constant, all the what should I call that? All the constants for us. Basically,
Okay.
I need to access this respective method like this in a static way. Gender
Okay.
dot values. If I call these, it will give an array of all the gender objects, whatever the gender objects is there, right? For us,
Yes.
it will give all the gender, so I can iterate and I can access it. It will give an array of that respective enum constants, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And there is a concept called ordinals. What is this ordinal? For every constant we create in an enum, it will give a numbering. Okay, that numbering starts
Okay.
from zero. So for
Okay.
male, zero is called as ordinal. For female, one is called as ordinal. For
Ordinal.
others, two is called as ordinal. I
Ordinal.
mean, whatever the order we give here, like male, female, others, in the same way, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For Monday, zero will
One.
give given as
Zero.
ordinal,
Okay.
then Thursday,
One.
sorry, Tuesday 1, 2, 3, 4,
Two.
5, 6, like that. It's like array index, it will also give ordinals. Then Bharat, what is the use of this ordinal means? If you want to create that instance explicitly, okay, you can use one method called gender dot value of method. Value
Okay.
of,
Method.
I will pass 0 here. Now
Yeah.
what happens? It will give instance of this respective male
Mail.
for me.
Yeah.
Understood? Then
Yeah.
Bharat, where we will use this values method and value of method means internally in database, basically this concept can be used in uh, we'll call as data mapping basically. Okay, we will be
Yeah.
having our tables. Okay, this will be our Java class to map this while constructing that SQL object into the Java object and Java object into the SQL object. At that point of time, if you're having any enums, in that case, it will use this values method and value of method to convert internally.
O-
Okay. But in
Okay.
our application, programmatically, just remember whenever you are having any constants, that respective constants has to be declared in an enum. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yes.
And as this gender, okay, is also internally, it's also a class, right? Yes or no? I said you right.
Yeah.
Final class gender extends enum class, basically. Correct?
Yes.
So as this gender is already extending to enum class, again you cannot extend another class, which is like not a valid rule of multiple inheritance with respect to classes.
Inheritance. Yeah.
Okay, because it's already extended into another enum.
Yeah.
Enum is also one class. But what you can
Yeah.
do, you can implement another interface as well.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're having any interfaces, you can implement.
Yeah.
Implements, you can write as impli, implements some interface. Okay,
Yeah.
it is possible. Create an interface for an instance. Let's create here itself. Let me create interface, interface. Okay. If I have any
Yeah.
methods in this interface, I can override and for example, let me have one method called void m2 method. Void m2. Now what happens as I'm overriding, I'm implementing this interface, I need to give that implementation in this respective.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happens once you get that gender instance, you can call this m1 method or m2 method or however you want to use it, you can use that. Okay. It is also a simple a Java class basically. But the use case
Yeah.
is it has to be used only for the storing constants. That is its
Constant.
responsibility. Done.
Yes.
Next
Yes.
one is record. Okay. This record is feature of Java 21. Basically, previous to that, it was not there. Okay.
Okay.
Record demo. What is this record demo basically? So, previously, what we have done, for example, if you have any class, if you want to create as a good practice for every class, whatever we create, okay, which we call as DTO classes, let's say class student. Okay, we need to create some int roll number, string name. Then after these are the private numbers. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Private and private. Then later what we will do? We will create one constructor and with the help of getters and setters. Get roll number,
Set one.
set roll number. Okay, to set the
Yeah.
values. Okay, then after get name and set name. In the same way,
Set.
we need to also override hash code and equals method. Hash code and equals method. Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell this what is this hash code and equals later, but as of now, just remember these are two methods which should be overridden. Okay, from the object class. This is the good
Yeah.
practice to declare a normal DTO or data transfer object basically, which we already done as assignment, correct?
Yes.
Now, let's say I'm having only two variables, so I can easily write this getter and setter for two variables. What if you're having 100 variables?
Yeah. We have
You
to
should
write like
write
100.
only more than like 500 lines of code you need to write for only getters and setters, correct?
Yes.
Unnecessarily. So to
Yeah.
avoid that, what they done is in Java from 21 onwards, they created one more keyword called record keyword. What it
Yeah.
is?
Record.
Record. Okay. What it is? Records to let's say student, and I need to pass that respective here, whatever the data type, int roll number,
Yes.
then string name. Then what happens? This respective, okay, this respective keyword itself, if I write record student int roll number and string name, what it will do? Internally, it will create one constructor, okay, with two
Yeah.
parameters. this roll number and name, then it will create getters and setters for me. Directly I
Yeah.
can access that roll number and name. Then what happens?
Yes.
It will also create equals method and hash code for me automatically. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now even though you don't write getters and setters for that, you can directly create an object student, some student equal to
Equal
new
to new.
student. New student. Done.
Yeah.
There I have to use a parameterizer constructor. I need to pass this respective variables. Roll number, right? Name. 10
Yes.
comma, let's say Mrinalini name.
Oh,
Now what happens? Okay, we haven't added any constructor here if you see. Did we?
yes. No.
But by default do added, whenever you mention record as a class, whatever the parameters you
Compa-
passed here, according to that parameters, it will create one constructor for us automatically. The compiler
Yeah.
will create for us. In the
Yes.
same way, as we got the object, now what you can do, student dot, you can call get roll number or roll number. See,
Yeah.
like student dot roll number means student dot get roll number. In the same way, if
Yeah.
you want to set values, student dot, you should have get roll number is done. For setter, roll number should, yeah. Because anyhow, it will set the values with the help of constructor. Okay.
Yeah.
That is the reason explicitly don't create the another setters for us. Okay, with the help of constructor it will keep, and directly we can access that. Now what you can do, it will give int some roll number equal to student dot roll number. Then I can call sysout roll number here. So whatever the object you create with respect to that object, I will get this output.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes.
The use of this record is to avoid the boilerplate code basically. Okay. And you
Yeah.
cannot have multiple constructors in this. For example, for if it is a normal class, you can have multiple constructor overloading is possible, right? But
Yes.
with respect to records, you cannot have that. For example, if I create one more student here, okay, it will throw an error to me.
Error. Yeah.
Only one constructor is possible in record. That is
Yes.
fully parameterized constructor. Whatever the parameters you are having, if you have 100 parameters, then you have to pass 100 parameters while creating the object itself. Only one
Yeah.
constructor is possible. And
Yeah.
apart from this, you can have methods, normal methods, that is possible, like M1 method you can have. Okay. But you cannot
Yeah.
have other things here. Like let me have a
Okay.
quiet. Okay, you can have instance blocks again. So shift of wait. Instance is not having the record declaration syntax. The insert is correct only. Maybe again they have updated it seems. Okay. But previously it was there. Maybe now they have removed it. Okay. But as of
Yeah.
now, again we should not reuse, right? Anyhow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically this record class is to avoid the boilerplate code. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is used to only store the student data. Even you need not to have additional, even though it is possible to add the other methods, you should not add basically. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Clear?
Yeah. So for every student, I have to create a new object and directly initialize it into that constructor itself.
Constructor itself. So automatically what it will do, it will initialize the variables. After initializing, you can access by using that respective parameter name. Basically, instead of getter, you need to use that variable name. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
This is all about the enum keyword, record keyword, interface keyword, and class keyword. Any questions in this?
No.
You are clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So whatever we are having with us, everything has been introduced with some purpose. Okay. So we
Yeah.
have to use for the same. We should not misuse it. Okay.
Misuse. Yes.
That is called a good practice. Apart from that, nothing. Okay. Your compiler will not hit you. Okay.
Yeah.
Or like if someone comes, what happens if I use this way means you can use. If you follow the proper syntax, then you can use in any way. That is not an issue at all. But
Yeah.
it is not a good practice. That is the only thing. Okay.
Yes.
Right. This is all about the fundamentals. Like tomorrow we can start with exception handling concept. Maybe like tomorrow we will be completing it. And day after tomorrow we can start with the Java.lang package. Like we'll understand object class, string builder class, integer class, wrapper, all the wrapper classes, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then later some
Yeah.
important classes like runtime class, system class, which are important for us. Okay.
Yeah.
Once it is done, we
Uh,
can start with the collection framework. And after the collection framework, we can go and start with the capstone project, normal project
yes.
as assignment. Huh? Yeah, you were asking something.
No, I wasn't asking. I was like, I may not be able to attend tomorrow. I was saying that
Okay.
because my friend is coming over, so I don't know if she stays